Using graphic sources or text features, Level F, Lesson 31. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to use graphic and text features such as timelines and sidebars to support understanding. Analyze the author's use of print and graphic features to achieve specific purposes. What you should know before doing this lesson. Text features are a way of organizing the information in a text. Common text features include titles, table of contents, headings, subheadings, captions, glossary, index. Graphic features are used to help the reader understand information in the text. Common graphic features include timelines, sidebars, photographs, illustrations, and maps. Some awesome words to look at before we read. Convenient. Say the word convenient. Convenient is an adjective. It means fitting in well with a person's needs, activities, and plans. A synonym for convenient is appropriate. Ancient. Say the word ancient. Ancient is an adjective. It means belonging to the very distant past and no longer in existence. A synonym for ancient is early. Poisonous. Say the word poisonous. Poisonous is an adjective. It means causing or capable of causing death or illness if taken into the body. A synonym for poisonous is toxic. Follow along and listen as I read. The history of pizza. These days, it's hard to imagine life without pizza. It's a perfect food for modern times. Convenient, delicious, and easy to eat on the go. But although pizza hasn't always been called pizza, it's not as modern as you might think. The earliest pizzas. People have been putting toppings on baked flatbread for centuries. Evidence shows that pizza-like dishes were baked in ancient Egypt thousands of years ago. These ancient pizzas probably were baked over fire or coals in clay ovens. The ancient Greeks baked their pizzas with olive oil and spices. Soldiers in Persia, the country now called Iran, used their shields to cook breads topped with cheese and dates over an open fire. Unlike most pizzas today, early pizzas did not have tomato sauce. Tomatoes first appeared in Europe in 1522, when explorers brought them back from Peru and South America. At first, many people in Europe were afraid to eat tomatoes, believing they were poisonous. Then people in Naples, Italy, began to bake breads topped with tomatoes. It was a filling and convenient food. Pizza became a staple for working people of the city. Pizza comes to America. Pizza most likely traveled to America with Italian immigrants. Many of these immigrants settled on the East Coast. In 1905, the first official New York pizzeria opened on Spring Street in New York City. Between 1905 and 1933, many Italian immigrants opened pizza shops in other northeastern cities. By the 1940s, people were making pizza in other parts of the United States too. Different areas developed their own pizza styles. Chicago became known for its deep dish pizza with plentiful toppings. Thin crust pizza remained popular in New York. Pizza timeline. About 600 BCE. Soldiers in the Persian army used shields to cook flatbread topped with cheese and dates. 1522. Explorers transport tomatoes from Peru to Europe. 1905. The first pizzeria opens in New York City. 1943. Deep dish pizza is introduced in Chicago. 1950s. Pizza becomes popular all over the United States. 1960s. Pizza delivery and frozen pizza become popular. Modern pizza. In the 1940s, many Americans still considered pizza a foreign food. Then, after World War II ended in 1945, more Italians began to move to the American suburbs. They also settled farther west, even all the way to California. They brought pizza with them. More Americans began to recognize pizza as a fun, inexpensive, and tasty food. By the 1960s, people started looking for ways to make pizza more convenient. Frozen pizza became widely available. Some people didn't feel like heating up a frozen pizza, though. They wanted a fresh, hot pizza delivered to their door. Pizza delivery became a booming business. As pizza's popularity grew, people developed new recipes. In California, pizzas topped with fresh produce or salad became popular with health-conscious pizza fans. Meat and vegetable toppings are always popular, but pizza chefs continue to experiment with new ideas. Today, you can find mashed potatoes, fruit, or barbecue sauce on top of your familiar pizza crust. You probably don't want all three on the same pizza, though. Top 5 pizza toppings. Pepperoni is the #1 pizza topping in the United States. It's estimated that about 36% of pizza slices people order are topped with pepperoni. Where does your favorite pizza topping rank? Here are the top 5 pizza toppings in the United States, according to one study. Number 1, pepperoni. Number 2, mushrooms. Number 3, onions. Number 4, sausage. Number 5, bacon. Part 1, Introduction, Using Graphic Sources or Text Features. Authors often use text features such as headings to organize information and to make it easier for readers to understand. Graphic sources or features such as timelines and sidebars provide information in a visual way. You can use text graphic features to help you find and understand information in a text. Subheadings appear in bold-faced text. Subheadings break up the text into sections to make it easier to understand. Subheadings also give readers a clue about what a section of text will be about. If I want to find out about the very first pizzas, I know I can find that information under the subheading, The Earliest Pizzas. What kind of information would you expect to find under the heading, Pizza Comes to America? You'd probably expect to find information about how pizza came to the United States. Read the text under the heading to confirm your prediction. Part 2, Use a timeline. This is a timeline. A timeline shows dates and events that occurred on those dates in time order, from earliest to latest. The timeline tells me that in 1522, tomatoes were transported to Europe. What happened in 1905? Right, the first pizzeria opens in New York City. Which happened first? Tomatoes arriving in Europe or the first pizzeria in New York? According to the timeline, tomatoes arriving in Europe happened first in 1522. The first pizzeria in New York was not until 1905. Part 3. Analyze sidebars. Sidebars are visually set apart from the main body text. They give information that adds interest, or they add information to the main text. Based on the sidebar heading, what will you learn from reading this sidebar? The top 5 pizza toppings. Why wouldn't it make sense to add information about pizza toppings from ancient times to this sidebar? These are toppings from the United States. Ancient pizza would not apply because the United States was not a country in ancient times. What are 2 facts the sidebar offers about pepperoni? It tells you that pepperoni is the #1 pizza topping in the United States, and it tells you that about 36% of pizza slices people order are topped with pepperoni. Let's review the concepts we covered in this lesson. Graphic and text features support understanding. Text features organize information. Graphic features support understanding in a visual way. Awesome words we read are convenient, ancient, and poisonous. Assignment. Text features such as headings and graphic sources such as timelines and sidebars help readers to find and understand information. After reviewing the history of pizza, name and describe the text features and graphic sources you see. You may want to go back in the video to review the text. After you do that, come back to this slide. Then you will use the features to find answers to these questions. How popular are onion as a pizza topping? Where did ancient Greeks bake their pizza? When was Chicago-style pizza introduced? In the left column, write the text feature or graphic source you used to find the information. Write the information from the text that answers the question in the right column. And again, you may go back on the slides or the video and then come back to fill in the information. After you finish, show your teacher your hard work. Bring the completed paper to the next Zoom class or take a picture and upload onto Canvas. Here's a bonus slide for you. Common text features and graphic sources. Maps, diagrams, graphs, and other types of charts. Look at the nonfiction text features. Bold print, colored text, italics, big text, small text, diagrams, timelines, highlighted text, index, bullets, table of contents, glossary, graphs, tables and charts, maps, pictures and captions.